Welcome to week 3 of distance learning. This is our first official week of grading. So please make sure that when you're doing your work that you are actually reading the directions, following all of the directions, and completing your work on time and turning it in. I'm going to go over today's slideshow with you and kind of explain everything that is going on in language arts. Remember, language arts is the biggest part of your day. So the work that you get in language arts usually is going to be more than what you're going to get in any other subject. Language arts covers reading, it covers responding, journals, it also covers some parts of writing. So just understand that if there's a lot more work than you're seeing in the other subjects, that's because language arts is the largest part of your day. All right, let's go over our agenda. You're going to start off just like you have been the last 2 weeks with your journal. You're going to write at least 5 sentences using examples to answer your journal prompt. So your journal prompt today is going to look a little bit different than it has before, and that's because I included this piece right here. This is what is called a rubric. A rubric is how I'm going to grade you. So what I've been noticing up until this point is that you guys are not using complete sentences. You are not using proper grammar, punctuation, spelling, and you're not giving any examples. So I'm really going to ask you guys to go in and be thoughtful in how you answer these questions, how you respond using all of the instructions here. I am going to be grading you based on that. So you'll see 2 points you'll be getting for writing 5 complete sentences. If you don't write 5 complete sentences, you're not going to get all of those points. Using examples. If you don't use an example, then you won't get that point. Using correct punctuation. I see a lot of you guys writing sentences. There's no capitalization. There's no periods. There's no question marks. Your sentences keep going on and on and on, or you guys are putting periods in the middle of sentences and then counting it as one of your 5. So please make sure you read that. And you need to correct your spelling. We're on the computer, so you guys should be easily able to figure out how to spell the words. Look them up. That's totally fine. Today's topic is, would you rather have a magic carpet that flies or a see-through submarine? So magic carpet is kind of like what Aladdin goes on, and he goes all over the place. And a submarine is what goes underwater. So would you rather have a magic carpet that flies or a submarine that goes under the water and you could see through it, the whole thing? Next on your agenda is your close reading. So now that we're starting officially back to school, we are going to get back into our benchmark. This week, we are starting Unit 7, and we are on week 1. So our essential question this week is, how do communities evolve? How do they go from what they are to something more? Like when we first started out with transportation, how did we start? There were ponies, there were, a lot of people walked, horses, donkeys, things like that. And as time evolved, inventions were made and other things came to be, such as vehicles, airplanes, trains, and things like that. So this is asking how communities evolved. So what I want you to do is I want you to click on this and I want you to watch the little video. It's like maybe a minute and a half, and it's just going to give you kind of a glimpse into what this unit is about. And after you're done with that, you're going to come to your close reading. So this week's reading is called, or I'm sorry, not this week. Today's reading is called The Open Road. So remember, if you can't see it, zoom in. It's a tiny bit blurry. Too bad though, I can read it. But if you don't need to zoom in, then just leave it at 50%, however you wish. I'm also going to include a sound bite in here where you will be able to hear me reading this. So if you don't want to read it on your own, you can listen to me read it. In class, we always annotate. To annotate means that you take notes while you're reading. So on this page, it gives you a box to put your notes. You are going to take notes up here, right here, and then you are going to make sure when you get to this part, you include those notes down here. The reason I want you to take notes while you're reading is because that's where you're going to remember it the best. You'll notice each paragraph is numbered. Okay, that's important because down here it says, read the open road and annotate key details that tell about the development of Route 66. Then complete the chart. So you're going to need to put key details and include the number of the paragraph. Okay, so if you're writing something up from this paragraph, you're going to put down here, you're going to write paragraph 1. Paragraph number 1. And then you're going to write your key detail. Okay, if you need to go back and look, that's why this is here. So you will take notes on these 2 pages and then come bring the most important things and put them here. There should not just be one little thing. This is what are the key details from the entire reading that we just did. Okay, and then down here, what's the main idea? What is the purpose of this text? What is this text mostly about? Why are we reading it? What information is it giving us? Why is it important? Okay, and then after that, you are going to come down here, and do you see these red circles? You're going to take these red circles and you're going to move them to whatever the answer is. So if that's your answer, you put it on A, you can put it on B, you can put it wherever you want, okay? But you need to answer this side, and then you need to answer this side. Answer both pieces. If this is hard for you to read, it's fine if you have someone help you read it, just as long as you're the one answering the questions. Next, you have your brain break. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to. It's just a quick little break to get you loosened up a little from sitting and doing all of your work. And last, you're going to do independent reading. You're going to set a timer and you're going to read for 20 minutes. This week, I want you guys to try a site called Epic. All of you have an account for Epic, and I will insert a video to show you how to log into Epic and choose your book. That site will tell me what you read and how long you read it for. I will be looking for that. There's a video here on how to properly do a reader's response. And here's your reader's response. Now, again, I have a rubric. In fact, I don't think I showed you the one up here. There's a rubric here as well. This is worth 10 points. This one is worth 5 points. In order to get your full 5 points, you need to write 5 complete sentences. Make sure you have the date, the title, and the pages you read. Not 25 pages. What I want you to write is I read from 10 to 16 or page 42 to page 97. I don't care what the page range is, but you need to tell me about how many pages you read during that 20-minute period. Use correct punctuation and spelling. When you're done with that, you have completed your day. Please remember that I am available for office hours from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock every single day. So if you have a problem and you need some help, please come see me. Because if you don't turn this in, there's no excuse for that, because I will be there available to you to help you with this if you need help. Miss Susaita will be available from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock, and Miss Flores will also be available from 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock. So all three, you have 3 full hours if you need help to go in and ask for help. So hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.